I want to talk a little bit today about kind of a controversial subject, eugenics and forced sterilization. Now, it's a subject that needs to be addressed, but people don't want to touch that subject because, well, the Nazis are really big into that. And of course, nobody likes the Nazis. So I'm going to touch upon it anyway, because I think it's relevant, not only to Satanism, but to global interests altogether. Let's start with forced sterilization. Forced sterilization, obviously, as it sounds, is the act of forcing people to become sterile, to sterilizing certain people. And I think that's a good idea. Okay, I think that's a good idea. I'll tell you why. Because if we can eliminate disease, and genetic diseases specifically, if we can eliminate those or drastically reduce them, if it was actually done successfully, we could eradicate a lot of genetic diseases this way. Now, I understand why, there's no way we could do it with 6 million people, or 6 billion, 7 billion people in the world. Probably not. Probably wouldn't work, because who's going to run around and sterilize all these people? But, so, I understand the pros and cons that if it could be done, that would be awesome. But it might be able to be done in Western civilization by testing children and the parents when they give birth to see if there's any genetic mutation or disease that's being passed along, and then sterilizing them there. But that's going to be in Western civilization. People in third world countries aren't going to do that shit. Okay, so although I'm for it, I don't think it's realistic. Population control. I think that women should only be allowed to have one child. One child. Okay? The exception to that is if they can prove themselves capable, financially, emotionally, responsible enough to take care of more than one child, then they should be allowed to have two children. One child to replace the mother, and one child to replace the father. And if this is done, the population will stop where it is right now. It will probably actually go down. Again, third world countries aren't going to do this, and it's going to be hard to enforce this. But even if Western countries could do it, I think it would be advantageous. Except for then the third world countries are going to start booming populations, and Western civilization will be outnumbered substantially. But let's see, where do we want this? See, the majority of our problems, global problems, the common denominator is there's too many fucking people. Okay, the deforestation of the rainforest, too many fucking people. Hunger, too many fucking people. Pollution, too many fucking people. List goes on and on. Too many fucking people using up too many fucking resources. So if we can reduce the amount of people, we'll have that much more resources for the people that are around. And genocide isn't really the way to go. I mean, although that's one possibility. I think that just population control based on birth control is probably the best solution. Again, no one will touch this shit, but I think it's relevant and worth mentioning. I don't know. What else are we going to go with this? I had a third point. I don't know. I mean, people... See, the problem, again, comes down to, who's going to decide who's fit to have a child? You? Me? By whose standards are you going to paint a broad brush across the entire population? It's something that would need to be discussed. There need to be like a board, a panel. The genetic diseases should be, black and white. You either have something that you can pass on to your child or you're not. As far as the emotional and responsibilities of being able to raise a child, that's a little bit more of a gray area. And we need to, definitely multiple people to decide this. I don't know. There's no real easy solution, and I don't think it's ever going to happen because it's too taboo. It's too New World Order-ish, But honestly, if the population continues to grow as it is, it's going to fuck everybody. Everybody. If we can slow the rate of growth of our population, we can build back our resources. We're not going to run out of natural resources. We're not going to run out of trees. take care of some pollution problems. It's going to be more food for everybody, more jobs. I mean, it's a good thing all the way across the board. How to go about doing it, I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. I'm just throwing out a few suggestions.